Hello everyone and welcome back to the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. When we last left off, we had been carrying on with the investigation, trying to find out what the locks were on the the thing on the gate. We'd also found out that the staff might have been the real murder weapon because there's a sword hidden in it. And and that Maya may have been the real murderer, which means she has now been framed. Well, framed, but she has been involved with 3 murders and been, been accused as the murderer 3 times now. Good job, Maya. We were going to go to Edgeworth, weren't we? Because of... Let's just have a quick look. I was expecting Larry and Pearl to be here. I guess they must have gone to collect firewood. I suppose I'll have to check back later. Okay, and then Temple Gate. And then... God, I'm not sure. Let's go to training hall first. No. Because it's Edgeworth. What do you think about this, Edgeworth? Sorry, Wright. You're a defense attorney and I'm a prosecutor. It wouldn't be right for us to discuss things so intimately. Okay, well, maybe not then. Because, well, you know, I don't know, okay? It's just... give me a minute. Hey, Edgeworth, did you know that Iris had a twin sister? What? A twin? You can't be serious. Sister Bikini told me, but the problem is she didn't know the name of this twin. There was nothing about Iris having a sister in the files I checked. Well, Iris was taken in by the temple when she was really young. Apparently her sister was raised by her father. A jeweler, I guess. A jeweler? Right, I just might know who this twin sister of hers is. I had a feeling you'd say that. Let me guess. Her name is Dahlia Hawthorne, right? Hiya! I'm Dahlia Hawthorne! Nice to meet you! Yes, exactly. Please tell me what you know about her, Edgeworth. Please. Anything will do. It was my first court case 6 years ago. I was a gritty horn, and due to my inexperience, the defendant died. You're all talking about Tay Falls, right? You know about that case? You're not the only one who noticed something about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne. I checked one of Mia's old files from 6 years ago. Yes, Dahlia was a key witness in that case. Dahlia and Tay Falls conspired together to stage a fake kidnapping 11 years ago. They stole a jewel worth $2 million from Dahlia's father, a jeweler. 5 years after that, she murdered her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne, to keep her from talking. Her sister? Well, her stepsister, actually. They weren't blood related. Valerie was the only daughter of Dahlia's father's second wife. Oh, and this is when she entered my life. The woman who tried to kill me. So after Tayfalls died, what happened to Dahlia? Did you check that out? Does it really matter? Like I said, Dahlia isn't connected with this case. Why are you so sure about that? It's certain Dahlia Hawthorne is dead. What? Well, her metabolic processes are a matter of interest only to historians, so to speak. What do you mean by Dahlia Hawthorne is dead, Edgeworth? Right, I must confess that in reading her file, I came to know the murder case you were involved in during your college years. Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty. Thanks to the persistence of my Mia Fey. Mia Fey! Mia Fey! I got what voice I gave Dahlia. I know it's the same voice as Iris, but... At that time, Dahlia... It's like she was possessed by a demon or something. It's been almost 5 years since that guilty verdict was handed down, and her sentence was finally carried out. She was executed. Last month, actually. Executed! I'm sure that's a bit of a shock for you, right? And for more reasons than one. But do you understand now? She can't possibly be connected with this case. She's dead, and once someone is dead, there is no way to revive them. There's no way to revive the dead? I wonder... Seems you're not aware of one other connection yet, Edgeworth. And what is that? It's about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne's mother. What's her mother got to do with any of this? She's Morgan Fay, a spirit medium from a branch family of the crane channeling technique. Did you just say crane channeling technique? Do you know something about it? Oh, yes. I know it's connected with that fraudulent spirit medium. Fraudulent? I was involved in another nightmare 17 years ago. Don't forget the DL6 case. I was caught up in the middle of a murder investigation. The police didn't have any leads. Why are we talking about this again? Wright knows about this. Okay, I get it. It's context for people who haven't played Ace Attorney 1. But still, Phoenix Wright knows about this. They were stumped, and that's when they caught Fallon, the very famous spirit medium and the master of the channeling school. But you know what happened? As a result of her efforts, an innocent man was accused of murder. She and her powers, they're all fraudulent. Edgeworth, go to the police records room. It's all in there. All you have to do is check the DL6 incident case file and you'll know. Of course. How could I forget? Edgeworth was a victim in that case. Edgeworth. You'll understand someday. And then you'll see the crane channeling technique is for real. Nice, what do we do now? I'm assuming the only place we've got to go now is the chain call, because I've been everywhere else. And it's this. Because we almost got there, didn't we? And that was bikini. If you look back in the last episode, you will know what's going on. So then it was the test time. There were two of you. And then... Take that! Daria Hawthorne. I have a firm grasp of the situation now, Iris. You have a sister, don't you? A twin sister, perhaps? That's right. Dahlia Hawthorne. A woman I know only too well. I had no idea you knew her. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. But she's no longer... Yes, I know. Her sentence was carried out recently, wasn't it? I'm sorry. Thank you. There's no need to explain now, is there, Iris? This second you, who was here at the Temple of the Night of the Murder, was your twin sister, Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh, but you just said it was you. You said it yourself a second ago. My sister's dead. Have you forgotten that? Have you forgotten this, Iris? This is a channeling dojo, a training ground for the Korean channeling technique. That night, someone channeled Dahlia's spirit, and you knew about it. And that's the secret you've been trying to hide from me. Nice. We regained all of that. Something said heard that I'd been spotted near the temple with you. Where's my sister? Dahlia, the other half of me who passed away last month. Just as I suspected. The Iris and Sister Bikini saw it in the temple of night murder. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Why didn't you tell me this before? Because my sister always does the right thing. Excuse me? Because unless I'm getting away with what she's going to do, I already betrayed her once before, I can't do it again! You betrayed her? What do you mean? That's why I had to accept that I may be found guilty. It seems the only way. What is she talking about? You know about it, don't you? That's right. About the big kidnapping that took place here in Eagle Mountain 11 years ago. It was what started her own. It's what started her down that twisted path. She started to commit crime after crime, and in the end, she lost her life. It's all because I betrayed her. How did you betray her, Iris? It was no coincidence that Eagle Mountain is where the exchange was to take place. After all, I helped to plan the whole thing. What? I get scared so I ran away. What are you talking about? Why would you help her? $2 million from your own father. That's awful. But I promise I'd help. And she didn't do it for the money. Huh? It was revenge on our father. Revenge? What do you mean by revenge? He was a hideous man. He threw her mother away and sent her to hell. Her mother? She must be talking about Morgan Fay. Her mother was the eldest daughter in the main branch of the Fay family. The Fay family had a lot of influence in many businesses and political circles at the time. As the eldest daughter, her mother was said to inherit all of that as the next master. That's the reason our father married our mother in the first place, for power. But his plan backfired, because our mother's sister took it all from her. She took over as master of crime. That would be Misty Fay, Maya's mother. But before long, the credibility of the Korean tradition hit rock bottom. The new master Misty Fay made a terrible mistake. It was during the investigation of the DL6 incident. to that. Our father took me and my twin sister away, leaving our mother-in-law home behind. He hated the place. He said it was a hick drive, and that he had no reason to stay there. And that's when you came here to Hazakura Temple? Yeah, the one that my father took. As his next wife already had a daughter, Valerie. I had no place in this new family, you see. Oh. I haven't seen my mother once since then. Now the master's seed stolen from her and being rejected by her own family. I fear she's been very battered, spiritually and emotionally. I think I'm finally beginning to see how the pieces fit together. I have asked her everything I can in my capacity as a prosecutor. This incident, everything related to it, goes back to the history of the Bay clan. That's what it looks like. Iris, there's just one more thing I wanted you to tell me. What is it? During the incident in which your sister, Dahlia Hawthorne, poisoned a lawyer, she began a relationship with a certain college student in order to hide the evidence. That college student, have you heard anything about him? Well, I did hear one thing. She said she hated his guts. I see. Thank you for the help. Wow, that's a stab in the heart right there. Someone Phoenix loved dearly, and you know Phoenix loved dearly. And yet she hated his guts. Hurry up, Phoenix Wright. There is still much to investigate. Leave these looks to me. I'll promise them. I'll open them for you, I promise. Thank you. I suppose I'd better continue the investigation. Is there a giant secret left to unlock? Pearl's Cyclock. And that, I believe, is the last thing I need to actually do. Look at that! They really did make a fire. Right in front of the shack. What a surprise. Oh, Nick! You're too late, Nick! You came in raw potatoes, we've already polished them off. I think I pretty much got all the evidence I need. Now I just need to find out what Pearls is hiding. Take that! Not a crime. So we got a little bit in. Because we said she was at the temple because of Maya, because she was worried about Maya. Take that! Something's what you're worried about. Who's Maya? You need to change. After all, it's dangerous. Da, 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 da. So she was worried about the bell. And then she was worried about the bell because of the letter. You were given some instructions to follow for that night, weren't you? I presume we recognise these pieces of paper. No! What did you do? In the incinerator at the inner temple. Pearls, you were following the instructions of this letter that night, weren't you? That's why you couldn't afford to miss the lights out bell. I'm speechless. Miss Nick, you're amazing. These instructions that were found in the incinerator. I believe they were written for you, Pearls. For me? No. As you can see, a large portion has been burnt, but the last section is still fairly legible. As soon as you hear the lights out, you must channel her spirits. Who is it, Pearls? Whose spirit were you supposed to be channeling? Taking into account the author of the note and their purpose for writing it, whose spirit would Pearls have been trying to channel? Don't overthink it, Phoenix. It's pretty obvious who Pearls was supposed to channel. The person who was trying to channel that night, Pearls, was... Take that! Dahlia Hawthorne. It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? That was the name that was in the letter. It's just as I suspected. It wasn't Iris whose sister Bikini met at the inner temple that night. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Do you know anything about her, Pearls? Do you know what kind of woman Dahlia Hawthorne was?
No, not really. I never heard of anyone by that name before reading these instructions.
I thought so. Pearls doesn't have a clue. She doesn't know that Dahlia is her sister. About the instructions in the letter I found, Pearls. Who wrote them? Whoever it was asked you to tell the spirit of someone you've never heard of. You must have quite a lot of respect for them. After all, you followed their instructions without question. So here's my next question. Here are the instructions for you to follow.
Take that!
Pearls, I have to wonder about something. You didn't have any idea what these instructions meant, did you? But you followed them to the letter regardless. Why? Because it was your own mother who asked you, that's why.
How did you?
You figured it out. The person who wrote you this letter was your own mother, Morgan Fay. Alright, Pearls. It's time you started telling me the truth. Why is she holding back from me? I don't like this.
Don't underestimate me just because I'm a child.
Huh?
Are you trying to say by these instructions I'd like to see some truth? What? Because I don't think you have any.
She's saying anything rather than admit carrying out these instructions. Guess I'll have to produce some more evidence then. One more thing she did. Right, Pearls, we both know someone carried out these instructions in the life of another. You're right. There's no evidence that proves it was she.
I knew it.
However, I do know whoever did it was a child. That's the point going on. Couldn't have been an adult. No adult would have made a simple mistake like that.
Simple mistake? What do you mean by that?
I'm sure you thought you were careful with all the instructions you've been given. But instead, you misunderstood one of the words, and this is what proves it. Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades. Yeah, gravely.
Take that!
Why did I know? I didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to do that!
Take that!
It was you who splattered gravy on this hanging scroll, wasn't it?
Yeah. Why would they do something like that?
Do you remember what was written in the letter? Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. But you didn't know how to read the words gravely and roast among others, right?
How did you know about that?
Remember the conversation you had with Miss Stoneham on the night of the murder? Perhaps we could read some books together.
I'd love to. I am not very good at reading now.
Well then, would you like to practice reading with me?
For example, how do you read this?
It says gravely. That's kind of a tough word. Sure, Miss Stoneham taught you how to read gravely and roast, but what she didn't teach you is what they meant. Gravely sounded like gravy to me.
Oh, gravely sounded like gravy to me, and the only other roast I could think of was your food.
That's why you did it. That's why you covered the picture of the master in gravy from the night's pot roast.
To be honest, I did think it was a bit strange. I guess I really did get the wrong idea.
Just a tiny bit.
I really am useless. I couldn't even bind the letter properly as my mother had asked of me. Such a simple thing, and I couldn't even do it right. After dinner that night, I did go to the temple. We both would have left out the gravy.
The gravy?
I saw the picture in the hiding scroll near the sacred cavern. I was sure it was the massacring, like you said in the letter.
I see. And then?
Oh, I was already way past here when I got there because of all the snow. I went to the temple guest area.
Guest area?
Yeah, I I could wait there until the train was over.
Why didn't you just go to the train hall?
Because Missy Wise meant trying to control his daughter, and I couldn't interrupt it. So I just stayed where I was and prayed for her to get through it. But then
Pearls, did you fall asleep?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I just couldn't help it.
Hey, don't worry about it, Pearl. Who cares if you fell asleep? I fell asleep waiting for Iris too. It happens. Anyway, then you found yourself trapped in a temple.
Yes, when I woke up it was morning. I tried not to cry, but Dusky Bridge wasn't there anymore, and there was no one in the train hall. I thought everyone had left me because I had overslept. I thought a letter in the incinerator, then I ended up the leftover gravy
and let off some steam by chucking the gravy on the scroll while you cried. Must have been pretty scary for you, Pearl. You know what it's like. Nick used to leave me behind when I fell asleep in school too. But don't equate something so trivial with her experience, Larry. It was written right in...
No, it was written right in my mother's letter. It said, as soon as you hear the night owl bell, you must channel the spirit. I was on my way over to the inner chamber when you heard the bell ring.
So you channeled Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit?
No, I tried, but I couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it?
I never felt to change someone. This is the first time it's happened. I tried and I tried and I tried. Yesterday is morning the whole time, but I just couldn't do it.
Stop letting it get you down, Pearl. It'll work out. You know what? I'll come flying through the sky for you. Whoosh! Just like that. So she never managed to channel the spirit. Is that why you think your spiritual powers are gone?
Yes, I don't know what to do.
Isn't there any other explanation for why you couldn't channel the spirit?
I suppose there's one other possibility. It's not very likely though.
Could you please tell me what it is anyway?
It could happen if someone else was already channeling the same spirit.
Someone else? What do you mean?
Well, there's only one of each spirit, right?
Yep, it's a dinner girl, Nick. You can't see a hot chick if she's already taken. Then that would mean on the night of the murder, someone else channeled her spirit before Pearls could. Someone else channeled the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne.
I'm a failure. I couldn't even grant my mother's final wish.
The final wish?
Yes, she said, this is my last wish, she said. So make sure you follow the instructions carefully.
This letter. I definitely need to find out more about it.
My mother has gone to a place called Penitentiary.
Yeah, I know, Pearls.
I visit her every month, and that's when she told me.
The time we've been waiting for has come, Pearl. Yes, I remember the voice I gave from Oregon. There's something I need you to do for me. I hid a letter for you at your home before they brought me here. I want you to read it and do exactly what it says. It's for the good of the Fae clan, my angel. You'll be doing a great thing. Now listen carefully and I'll tell you where the letter's hidden. Oh, yes. Ha 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 ha.
My mother is always nice to me. I love her very much.
Yeah, mothers will do anything for their kids, right?
She said it was really good with the Fae clan, so I knew I had to help her. I mean, Mystic Maya is part of the Fae clan, so it had to be good for her too. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Nick?
I guess so. Yeah.
Picture? Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Usually pictures enough to tell someone's spirit, but this time...
Pretty weird, huh? Like Larry knows anything about this stuff.
And something else was strange about my last the seal on it was broken. As if someone had already opened it once before.
That sure is pretty strange. Someone have opened it already? Thanks, Pearls. You really helped me out.
You're very welcome. My mother's just over. She's sure Missy Maya will be alright.
Look at that innocent smile on her face. What am I supposed to say to her? Ha! Oh, her. Yeah. Finally figured it. Objection! Finally figured it out. Have you tried? You finally realized how terrible a crime, painfully, of a crime being painfully oblivious is. Got-o! The entrance is safe. Kevin looks like a freaking puzzle workshop, pal. I guess he's talking about Iris and the lock breaking effort. But all it's a waste of time. Why do you say that? Because my affair isn't coming back. What? You don't know what you're talking about. How can you say something like that? It was your job to protect her, right? Just like it was your job to protect me and Faye. Two sisters. Caught up in the worst circumstances. I realize that, but you were the only one who was by their sides. You were the only one who could have saved them. But I didn't know anything about what was going on. What did I just say, trite? Hang on a second. Okay. Being oblivious is a heinous crime itself. Tomorrow, we'll settle everything in court tomorrow. Once and for all. Me and you? No.
Mr. Nick, is what that man just said true?
It'll be alright, fellas. I'm sure Maya's alive. You'll see for yourself tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. I know I can trust you, Mr. Nick.
My dear Pearl. You've done so well, my child, my Pearl. It's better that you don't know what you've done. I knew this day would come for you. The blood of the main family is no more. Now, finally, after all this time, the master's seat is yours. My last great wish. It seems I was just in time. To be continued. Ooh. Objection! Yes, I would like to save my progress. Let's save the game and save one. February 10th, 9:39 a.m. There's your God, number 1.
Good morning. Oh, you by yourself?
Ah, morning, Paul.
Mister, please tell me what's going to happen to Mr. Maya.
I'm sorry, we don't know yet. The investigation is still going on, so I wasn't able to go to the inner temple.
Oh, yeah, I see. So is this why still trying to remove those trick locks in the training hall?
No, she's the defendant in this case, so she can't be at the inner temple. She's required here to be here with court.
Then how come she's not in a defendant's lobby?
I have to admit, it's kind of strange.
If you're looking for her, she's in the prosecutor's lobby.
Oh. Hedgeworth? What's Iris doing over there? I was thinking it'd be God, okay. She's going over today's testimony with the prosecutor as we speak. Today's testimony? You heard me. Iris is going to be testifying as a witness for the prosecution. Wait, what? The prosecution is squeezing her for a confession. Also, I heard. Francisca von Karma. What are you up to? I know what you're thinking, but Francisca actually isn't going to be the prosecutor today. It is rather strange, I know, but there we go. What? Then, who is it? Who else would it be but Gono? Gono! Again! Francisca is engaged in some more important work at the Sacred Cavern.
The secret cavern? You don't mean the sheesh?
Exactly. She's been out there all night trying to move those trick locks. With the headman's assistance, naturally. We estimate that the last of the lock should be taken care of in about 3 hours. I hope everything continues to go smoothly and we receive some good news soon. Yeah, thanks, Edgeworth. Prosecutor Gono intends to nail this case shut today. Be prepared to fight like there's no tomorrow. You don't have to tell me that. Touché. I can already see it in your eyes. You're the same fever-ridden frantic maniac you were yesterday. Strange. On the way here, I decided that today would be the end of all this. Almost immediately after that, I made that decision, I found myself getting stronger. Interesting. Maybe you've passed your code onto someone else, literally. And with that, I leave the rest in your capable hands, partner. Thanks. Cheers, Edgeworth. Means a lot. I still don't have answers for most of the riddles plaguing this case. The circumstances around the murder of Miss Lee Stoning? No, I mean... Misty Faye? The impossible flight Larry claims to have seen? And what that woman is really after. I will solve them all and bring this whole tragedy to an end. February 10th, 10 AM. Court is now in session for the trial of Iris of Hazakura Temple. Your Honor? What are you... Who, me? Well, my little brother came to visit me in my chambers early this morning. Well, listen, in the blink of an eye, he developed a scorching fever and fainted. Therefore, I'll be sent again for him. I see, Your Honor. So they're brothers. That does explain a lot. Ah, my poor brother. He did look a bit pale. Not to mention sad that he couldn't be here. Ha ha! Sucks to be you, doesn't it, brother? Guess I'm the better one this time. Ha ha ha! Your Honor, what do you mean? Well, we had a little bit of, you know, sibling rivalry and all that, so...
It is impossible to predict what the future has in store for any of us. This is precisely why people feel the need to judge the past. And we in the court have been charged with some duty of passing such judgment.
Well said, Mr. Golding. Well, do things exactly what he said. At least, up until the end anyway. And now then, Mr. Golding, please proceed with your argument.
Humans are fragile, fickle beings. Our hearts change with the shifting of the tides. There's an evolved thing that remains a constant in this crazy world. The bit of darkness that lies at the bottom of this mug.
So you mean... forget it. What do you mean?
During yesterday's trial, the accused refused to admit her role in the crime, but today she has had a change of heart. Sister Eisenville has occurred temple as a confession to make.
Confession? Defendant? Iris, why didn't she discuss this with me first? Very well. This court will now hear the defendant's confession.
Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask her for her name and profession. That's one of my rules.
My name is Iris. I'm a simple nun undergoing training at Hazakura Temple.
No, right, okay, gotta watch my language then. Witness, is there something that you want to confess to?
Yes, but first I want to apologize to Mr. Wright. I can't continue lying to everyone anymore.
It's alright. What is it?
Mr. Wright, I have to admit that I did play a part in this terrible accident.
You actually confessing? You're saying that you were the one who murdered Miss Lee Stoning?
No, I'm not your honor, but I dealt with the cover-up after the murder took place. As her spirit left, I took the lifeless shell of Mr. Khalees and carried it to the Hazakura Temple courtyard when I desecrated it.
What? Order in the court. Order! Witness, you say that you're an accomplice to murder?
What?
3 minutes in court and I'm already caught in a cold goddamn sweat.
Everyone on the planet is encompassed with something. It just so happens that in this case, it's a murder. Isn't that right, Mr. Trite?
Go! So this is the confession we were conferring about. It pains me to say this, but it looks like Iris' testimony was all a lie. Iris' testimony crumpled up and shoved into her pocket.
No, little lady. You don't mind are gonna question further. Whose crime are you trying to cover up by your actions?
Whose crime are you trying to cover up by your actions? Iris was connected to someone? No, I'm definitely have the creep with that paddle. Or a life jacket for that matter.
Bina has a crude sample of essence of a little girl. Has a crude sample from the little French families recurring traditions. One of those missions to protect the main family.
I'm sorry, but the main family?
Yes, that's why I would do myself if need be, to protect her. Together, the master, the Korean gently technique, Mystic Morphe.
Huh?
Wake up and smell the coffee, Trite.
She's raining fire!
Order in the court. So, nothing to do with just the murder. You know the name of the murderer? This is something we'll find out in the next episode. Ooh, it's weird and interesting. But things have to go the way they want to go. But if you guys did enjoy this episode, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It really does help. Click the bell icon down below to be notified when I live stream or upload a video. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!